welcome to the Videos Corner. I'm your host Morten, also known as Falcon1, and today I talk about editing, and in particular about AMVs with Synaesthesia Production. Hello and welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's very nice to have you because you are also a more new person to AMVs, but you're
hmm
also a very successful person, I must say,
I guess.
because of your very popular AMVs like My Friday Vibes, which won like 7 awards last year,
Yeah.
and with holding on 2 awards and Running in the Light 2023 awards. So you are very successful, but you are very new to also to the scene for like 4 years.
hmm I started editing around 2018, so yeah, about 4 years ago. It was something that I had wanted to do for a long time, and I finally decided like I'm gonna edit. I just want to make AMVs, and like I had no idea like if it was something I could do, if it was anything I'd be any good at. I just knew that I wanted to try making them. So I did, and turns out I'm pretty all right at it. I've made, I think 25 now, something like that.
Yeah, if I didn't count wrong, on your channel are like 28 videos so far.
Okay.
So,
I think there's a couple on my channel that are kind of like little short, like I wouldn't consider them
yeah,
AMVs. I did orchestrate one multi-editor video. It was me and 10 other editors, but it was my video idea, so I was the one that uploaded it. But yeah, and I have many more to come.
oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I think not only me is hoping for that because they said also she was very impressed about your approach to all that and your success in this short time. That's, I must say, very impressive also for me because not many have this the willing
hmm
to go on and approach this stuff and saw you evolving
hmm
when you started and your first videos and to today's videos. And it's very, very impressive also for me
Thank you.
to see that.
Thank you.
And how did you get into AMVs in particular? Because editing or something like that is not something we all say, oh yeah, come on, just to start editing. Was it for you like with the other persons who's interviews like this? We said, okay, we wanted to do some live action stuff
hmm
and then moved on into AMVs, or was it for you like, okay, like me, I saw AMVs and was like, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, so I first got introduced to AMVs like when I was in high school. So this was like late 90s. I graduated high school 2001, so like that was 21 years ago. I'm
Ooh,
39 now, so
just a few years older
yeah.
than me, so it's okay.
Yeah, and like I kind of wish like I actually had made like really those like really bad Windows Movie Maker videos in my late teens, but
Oh no.
just just to say I had that experience. But yeah, I guess like back then in the early 2000s, making AMVs I guess wasn't as easy or as accessible as it is now, because now you just like people can just edit them on their phone with a video editing
Yeah.
app. And back then, I guess people just use Windows Movie Maker. I'm not sure what else they used back then, but I've always loved music videos in general. I can remember back in my earliest memories when I was starting to really get into music, like with my favorite songs, I would always envision like what a music video would look like with this song. And then I started getting into anime back in my early teens, and then I got introduced to AMVs. I was like, man, I would really love to make these. And it just never have happened. I never really had the resources, or like I started college in 2001 and I just didn't have time to do anything.
That's most likely
Yeah.
often.
And then just a few years, like back in 2017, 2018, I was like, man, like I really want to try and make these. And I didn't even have a computer at the time. And I asked my cousin who works in computers, like, hey, what's a good computer to get to do this? And he's like, you know what, I'll just send you parts to make one, because like he had like a bunch of extra motherboards and graphics cards. Yeah, and so like he sent me all the pieces to put it together, and he showed me how to put together the PC like over the phone, and he included some Adobe Premiere on that. And I had never done video editing before, so to learn how to use it, I just looked up a bunch of YouTube tutorials, like just basic stuff.
Mhm.
You know, just starting a project, importing files, like doing basic like zooming out, and I did a couple of test AMVs that were like 30 seconds long just to see, just kind of get a feel of it. And then like around July of 2018, that's when I made my first video, and it is to this day still my longest. I think it came out to like 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Yeah,
Wow, that's really long.
right.
Yeah.
And just because, like, I don't know, I kind of felt like if I had no idea if this was going to be something I would like doing or if I was going to be any good at it. So I was like, you know what, if I'm going to make just one video, I want it to be something like iconic or just something that's just very overly ambitious. And I finished it. I was happy with it, and a month later, I made my second one. So
So, and from there it moved on.
yeah,
Oh,
and
great.
the rest is just me learning. Like I'm still learning the whole process and video editing, and I feel like I'm in a good place to edit almost anything that I want to.
That's great to hear. And also, you said like you started with Premiere and you
Mhm.
watched some tutorials on YouTube. Was it some general tutorials like from the Adobe company, or was it more like a specific AMVs
No,
and Adobe
I
Premiere or
just
something like that?
I don't remember specifically. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like Adobe sanctioned videos. I would just type in the search bar Adobe Premiere
Okay.
Basics or Adobe Premiere tutorial. I was really just wanting to get just the basics of how the program works and just start from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very interesting to also hear because I think most likely many of the specific AMV tutorials are more like a template and not a tutorial.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Yeah.
that was just like if you have some experience with that and have maybe to say, oh yeah, it was not that great. I was more likely getting better with the regular stuff to understand what's going on or something like that. That would be just the thing I want to also know and share maybe with
Hmm.
others.
Yeah, because I had no idea like what I wanted to, what kind of editor I was going to be. I kind of just wanted just the basics and then just kind of learn from there. And like I still probably know like maybe like 15% of the capabilities that Premiere can do, and I'm just slowly learning more things.
That's okay.
Yeah.
As I can say, made some great videos, and if you say like, "Oh yeah, I'm just at the beginning," I'm really looking forward to the next few years and see what you evolved out of there and
Yeah,
what
same.
experience you got and put into the videos because that will be very
Thank you.
interesting for me.
Yeah, like oh, same. Because like I have so many video ideas that I just want to get out of me, and like this year alone, I have like at least 4 or 5 like big video projects.
Oh my.
One of them I'm almost finished with this rice video, which I have
Yeah.
like a week and a half to finish, but I plan on finishing it like early next week. Rice, if you're listening to this, is the AMV Sashimi Discord server's annual contest. This is just the second year. It's very similar to like AWA Pro, where it's a blind contest. So all these videos you make, like they can't be made public. You just send them in, and all of the entrants are also the judges. And I think
Very
that's
interesting.
really cool. Last year I made the holding on video. And what's great about Rice is that since you're being judged by peers, you get really good criticism, like constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And the video that I sent in and the video that I eventually uploaded to YouTube and set to other contests, yeah, that one turned out a lot better than the one that I first entered
Oh,
in, just because I got so much just input and like things that I could improve in the video, and I think it turned out so much better.
so you used Rise as a beta test. Oh, I
Hmm.
got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's also the thing. Like contests, so jump right into this topic. But what is your opinion about contest? And that some people say, yeah, some contests are biased because the judges are more likely. Oh, yes, they like a specific style, and
Hmm.
so you can only win because of the specific style.
Hmm.
But on the other hand, you have like Rise on the sashimi server or AWA
Hmm.
where you have like this, yeah, but like the editors themselves be the judges. What are your thoughts about all this contest stuff?
Well, I like entering into contests mainly because I just like the idea of my video being shown to a big audience. To me, that's just so cool that like I made that, and now like 100 people are gonna sit in
Yeah.
and watch it on a big screen. And for me, that's just, that's enough. You're like, ah, great. And if I happen to win, awesome. That's also great. Like I don't take it that seriously, although like Rice and Pro are, those are kind of different than like
Mm.
all the other contests. But like the my Everyday Vibes video, like it's, that's one at 7 contests. But like I've also sent it to other contests where it didn't even make finalists or just
Mm.
didn't win. And it all just comes down to like, collective personal taste. And so I don't take too much
Yeah.
stock in it. And if I don't win, then like I'm happy for whoever did.
Yeah, so it's more like you go in, I want just to participate, and if we'll win, it's great.
Hmm.
If not, hey,
Yeah.
the work goes on.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's, making these videos, it's an art form. Art is subjective. It's, but then like contests like Pro and Rice, that's a little different because you're making a video specifically for a contest. That's different because like all of my videos I make for myself, basically. Like these are I make the videos I want to see.
So it's more like you make your videos for yourself,
Mhm.
but then, hey, if I have the chance to send it to a contest, just do it.
Yeah. My mindset for making videos for Rice or Pro is that like I'm still making this video for myself, but I'm trying to make it the best video I can. Like I
Yeah.
am trying to impress other people, but I'm also trying to impress myself.
Oh, that's a great attitude. And over the years, you made some videos. Is there one in particular where I say, yeah, that's my best video, my baby, where I set in the most hard work and mind to make it real?
There's a couple that come to mind, like my Everyday Vibes. Like that's for me, that is the most me video because I don't know, it just turned out exactly how I wanted to. It to me, it's a representation of me as a person. If there's one video I could pick to represent me, I would pick that. And then
Yeah, that.
what else? Yeah, I guess Running in the Night. That was a video that like I had, it was one of those videos that, like, it was very spur of the moment. Like, I had
Hmm?
I was not planning on making that video until I was, like, 2 episodes into watching BNA, which is the anime I use for it, and, I was watching it, I was like, "Man, this show would be great for, like, an '80s synthwave type video," and I immediately thought of that song, and I just, like, threw it together and for, like I worked on that for, like, 4 weeks, and, I put it out, and that it's my most viewed video. I think it's, like, 8,000 views now.
It's a very good one.
Yeah, like I put a lot of care into making that just to make it look right. So yeah, I'm very proud of that one. One other video that it hasn't got a whole lot of views, but I'm just super proud of is the one I came out with last year called "Love of Two Is One." Yeah, it was the one with the cover of the song "Don't Fear the Reaper." The cover of the song by the band Ninja Sex Party, which they're typically like a comedy band, but they also do like cover songs. When
Hmm?
they came out with that cover, I was like, man, this is probably the best version of the song I've ever heard. And I was like, I've got to make a video to this. The video that I did make, like, I think it turned out super exactly how I wanted to look. And I know I'm just very proud of that video. Like really, I'm proud of really almost all of my videos. There's like two that I do not watch anymore, just because like they just turned out just like this. I could have made this so much better. And
Yeah, that happens sometimes,
yeah.
and it's okay if that happens. But how do you approach these videos? Because you said, okay, in the one particular you spent like 4 weeks, and how do you approach this project?
It's that is a continuously evolving thing, and right now I've figured out the best way for me to approach a video is do like a little bit at a time starting out. Like for example, the video I'm working on right now for Rice. I started the project, I'd say early December, and I just
Hmm.
just did like little things, just like find I just went in and find like big scenes that I knew that I was wanting to put in the video. I was like, all right, let
Hmm.
me just start with these one important scenes and just kind of just throw them on the timeline, see where they stick, and just stop. And I would only work it for like 20, 30 minutes at a time, and this is like maybe
Okay.
twice a week. And
Okay.
so I kind of just have to get my creative brain just like, I don't know, just kind of kickstarted. I don't want to start out really fast, and then like as I add more to the timeline, then I just start working on it more and more and more. And eventually, like, in this last week, I probably spent more time working on it than I did like the entire month before that, just because like I got to a point where it's like, okay, like I know exactly where this is going to go, and I just like add scenes and like work on it for like 5 6 hours at a time. And then right now I'm kind of just like taking a little break from it. I've exported just a beta, and like I'll watch it periodically and just point out little things that like, okay, I could probably change this, I can change that, and then I'm gonna go back into it like probably 2 days from now and finish it.
Okay, so your process is more likely you have some particular scenes in mind. You take the song and put the scenes on the screen, on the
Hmm.
timeline, and fit it on the point where you say, and then you're more like, okay, let's let it work in that way.
Hmm.
And then from time to time, go in and find a new scene, put it
Hmm.
in, set it on the right place. And then as you see more and more stuff on the timeline, you think more about, okay, now I need something like that goes here, and something like that must be there.
Hmm.
And so it grows up. So,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just start slow, and then once I get more into it, I just add more time to it and just go faster and faster. And I found for me that's just the way that my brain works. That just works best for me compared to when I first started out. I would be working on like starting out, I'd be doing working on like 4 or 5 hours at a time, but like my progress would still be about the same because like I was always like second guessing myself and just like deleting entire sections and starting over and not really progressing as
yeah.
much. And then like my least favorite video that I've made is one I came out with in 2020 called it's called I Want to Be Better, which is a pretty appropriate name for the video. But it was I used the anime A Silent Voice,
Mm,
and I used this really long song. I think the video stuff is like it's a little over 6 minutes long.
6.5,
Yeah,
as I see it right now on the list.
and it's like I just spent like so much time on
Mm.
like just things that I really didn't need to on the video, and I ended up at the end just getting like so burnt out on it that I kind of just like took long scenes and just like threw it on there. I'm like, okay, that's good enough. And then like I finished the video, and now every time I re-watch it, I was like, oh god, I could have made this so much better. And so learning from that mistake, I was like, all right, I need to approach how I make these videos differently. I kind of just started over
Okay.
my approach and got to where I am now, and I feel like, all right, this is the best way for me to make them.
That's great because some
Yeah.
people are more likely, okay, for me it's like I make the video from the start to the end. I'm more likely,
Hmm.
okay, I want to do it from the timeline as I couldn't do anything else just from the beginning and then make more out of it. But well, that's the good thing about this podcast. I want to also to show people work different, and for some people it works in that way and for other in
Right.
that way, and maybe some people out there try it like you
Mhm.
and be more successful. Maybe we will see.
Yeah, and like and really just like the way like you should approach making AMVs as a learning experience like every time, especially if you're starting out. Because like my method, like it's not going to work for everybody, but like
Yeah.
yeah, whenever you make a video, take note of like the mistakes you made, of like how you could have done it better, what you could have
Mm.
changed, and just be conscious of like what of like what you can change for your next video and just keep getting better and more efficient.
When we are at this part, where was your biggest problem at the beginning? What was the hardest thing for you when you started with AMVs? Was it like, yeah, to get into synchro, into, yeah, just learning the programs, or
Mhm.
what was for you something in particular we say that was hard at the beginning?
I think, yeah, at the beginning it was more of just, yeah, it was parts just learning how to use the software. And I guess also just finding the right scenes that I need, because at first I would scrub through the entire movie or show, and I would pick out every single scene that I felt like would be possibly that I could use in this video. And that ended up taking up like so much more of my time than it needed to. And now whenever I make a video, I'll just like, okay, I know where this scene is, I'll just start from there. But yeah, I guess just using my time the most efficiently. That was the hardest thing.
Learning the program and work efficiently. That's a good thing also to learn the basics of the program, which is most likely a thing many people underestimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you say you have a style you prefer, or is it more like, yeah, I do just my everything that comes into
Hmm.
my mind?
I don't think I have a certain style because I don't know, like I've made like a bunch of different types of video, or I've been trying different types of things. I do know like certain effects and techniques that I like using a lot. Like in Premiere, there's this thing called time remapping,
Yeah.
which is where like you can stretch and squish the timing of a clip. And I like to, for me, that is my cheat to get that good internal sync.
Yeah, because you can slow down and speed up where you need it. If the scene is too fast, so slow it a bit
Hmm.
down so it fits more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's not cheating. It's just like
You
using the
know,
software
exactly.
the right way.
Right, yeah. I like using that a lot. I love using Gaussian blur a lot for especially for like transitions. Like
Mm.
I'll have a clip like fade to a blur or fade out from a blur, and to me it kind of adds this 3D effect, and I don't know, I like using that a lot. I don't know, I'd say I have a very freestyle approach to editing. I really don't think I really have found my style, if I have one yet.
Mm.
I don't know.
What kind of videos do you like more? Is there a particular something you can say, oh yeah, I like more with some action or drama or something like that?
The videos I like watching mostly rely on how much do I like the song.
Okay.
Yeah, because I make these videos, or like I watch AMVs mostly for the music.
Okay.
I am a music fan. Like I'm a lover of music. I am a musician myself. Like I am constantly listening to music. That is like my number one thing.
The genre is not important. It's just a song, more likely for you.
Yeah, that's half of it. And the other half is just like, does the video flow with the song? It can be action, it could be drama, it could be romance. If I can see the song in the video, like to me, that's the kind of video that I'm looking for.
And do you have some people, some editors you look up to because you find their work always impressive, or
Yes.
because you like what they do and what they did, and think about, oh yeah, just watching the videos is always
Oh
something you.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I was starting out making these, the editors that I looked up to the most, or at least I feel like I wanted to impress the most, were like Neko Kit Kat, also Kirby Gal. Oh yeah, Vars or SQ. But yeah, those are names that come to mind when I was first starting out. Like I would watch their videos for inspiration. Nowadays, I'm drawn to like the more abstract, more experimental editors. Like there's this one called Thaddeus Bigsby, who I
Mm-hmm.
discovered pretty recently. He does like these crazy experiment, like it's anime and like other things, and the way that he meshes them with the music, it's just so, I'm just like, man, like it's those videos that I'm just like, I just want to give up right now because I can never make anything as great as this.
Oh my
But
God, don't do that.
no, but no, like I don't, well, not, I don't seriously want to give up, but like when I'm watching this, it's
Yeah,
like, jeez, what
I know that
what am I
feeling.
even doing? Oh, another editor that I look up to because they make just great Viva Fringe.
Mm-hmm.
I just love all of his videos. They're just so trippy, and they're just
Yeah,
so good. Those are the kind of videos that I just really want.
that's very interesting to hear because some people have a very different style.
Yeah, and I eventually want to start doing a lot more experimental stuff. Kind of just, I'm not as familiar or comfortable with the software that far
Mm.
yet, but yeah, that's something I want to try doing in the future.
Then I look forward to the future for next projects we will see from you. what is more likely the most important thing about this whole hobby of AMVs for you? Is there something in particular, or is it just, yeah, I can express
Uh,
myself, or is it communication with the community or something like that? Or
I'd say the most important thing is making these videos is just making something original, something that only you could make, not like, something that nobody else should make, but like kind of like with my everyday vibes, like that's just a me video.
yeah,
And I love watching editors making just like these completely original things that nobody else is making and really just having fun with it. Like that's really what it all should be about. Because like I make these for fun. I like watching my videos and I don't know, I feel like just making them for fun and not really caring about what other people think they should be making or how it should be looking like. And yeah, it's just having a good time. And because one thing I like about the AMV sashimi Discord is that everybody there, they're very civil. If you want criticism, we have a space for that, and I feel like everybody there more or less gives good critique, and knows how to give good criticism. I think it's just like a good place for editors to develop and help other aspiring editors.
I think why I don't post most likely on the criticism is like my criticism sounds like harsh, so it's better not to do it.
Yeah, and like
uh,
oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like I'm very scared to do criticism because I guess whenever I see somebody post in the critique channel and there's like, hey, can somebody critique my video? I'm just like, okay, like what specifically like do you want us to
mm,
critique? Because like doing good criticism goes both ways. Like you kind of have to know how to take the criticism and give the critiquers enough information to give you good criticism because if you'd be like, all right, critique my video, there's like, I don't know, like what are you trying to go for here? What's your video supposed to look like is it supposed to be technical, like is it supposed to have good sync, but yeah.
that's a good thing also to mention because I often think like, yeah, they want critique, and then can say, yeah, I don't like the video because X and Y, it's not
Hmm.
my taste of anime, I don't like this song or something like that.
Yeah.
That can be critique, but it's maybe not the right thing.
Yeah.
I often wish like the people will say, okay, I want to maybe to say what they want to show with the video. More likely, oh yeah, I want to tell this sad story about this about character A and character B and how the things went wrong with them together, and then say, I think this works in the way I use the scenes or the synchro and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Then I think many people can work with that more likely, because then I can
Hmm.
say, yeah, maybe this one scene at 0:21 felt more like it's more a bit too happy for that, what comes next or what this video want to show, and so the critique gets more specific maybe and
Hmm.
can help the production more likely, not in a technical way but in more in a
Hmm.
creative way.
When I ask for critique, I'll most of the time ask like a certain editor. Like for example, last year I made my first romance type
Mm.
videos. And for critique, I specifically asked Trouble Clef,
Yeah.
who, as we all know, is the queen of romance videos. And so I was like, "Hey, I'm making a romance video. Would you like to give me some critique or beta this video?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And she was very helpful. She actually like made a Excel spreadsheet of like all the
Ooh.
points that she wanted to critique, which I thought was very helpful.
Yeah.
And I think my video turned out a lot better than it could have.
Yeah, I think that's also a good thing about
Mhm.
critiques and using it. It's and also the community. I think many people are not there. You can ask them just things. It's not like we bite or something like that. I often see
Mhm.
like people in on other discords like, yeah, is somebody can somebody help me? Just and don't want to ask the question just right away and being very shy. And that's sometimes really sad to see that some people just
Mhm.
can't just go and say, hey guys, I have a problem with this and that, what can I do?
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
this happens in the time that people are so shy to just ask or approach other people.
I think it's because internet criticism in general is usually not very constructive. Most like whenever you see criticism of other of things on like YouTube or something, it's usually just like a bunch of negative stuff and just things that really like sure like you might not have liked that about the video, but like what you're saying isn't very constructive or
Mm.
so I can see how people would be kind of shy about like, oh no, what are they going to say about my video? But that like in the sashimi Discord,
It's a different thing.
I like how the culture there is very understanding and not very cynical.
One important thing for me is also in this podcast is like, what would you tell a person which comes up to you and ask, I want to start editing, where should I start? What should I do? What would you tell them?
Oh god.
That's I know it's a hard
Yeah,
question sometimes, but
it's
it can be helpful.
it's a question that like I don't have any definitive answer, but I could just tell them like where I started from. And just to start very simple,
Hmm?
uh, don't make a 7-minute video.
It's
Don't do what I did. Like mine turned out all right, but I think I was just lucky. Yeah, just start out something. Just well, like I guess find the reason why you want to make the video in the first
mm,
place. Is it because you like the song, or because you really want to make something with this particular anime or show? And just start from there. Don't try anything like too ambitious, and just make something that you would like to watch.
so more likely go little by little and not jump
Yeah,
right from, okay, I want to start with like 15 masks and 70 effects on the same
yeah,
scene to make it look totally dope, but the rest of the video is just like, what's going on? Yeah, I understand that. Just
yeah.
learning step by step, going on and do
Hmm.
that. What are your thoughts about the different type of AMVs we have at the moment, like this short edits, the story
Hmm.
videos like we do, like this longer stuff? I think that's called story AMVs more likely.
Yeah. Hmm.
What are your thoughts about these different styles?
I think it's great that we have all these different styles, just because editors and humans in general are pretty
Mm,
diverse. I'm typically not a fan of the short edits, but I see the validity in making those.
mm,
I've seen some great short edits. I know that there's people that like to make those more aesthetic, type edits.
yeah.
And then there's people that make the really long, story driven ones. And no, it's like everybody's got their own style. And like I think it's great that there's all these different styles that somebody can see, like, oh, okay, maybe my style is more like that, and then they can try that, and then they'll see another style, and like maybe I'll try that too. And like once you mix all these different styles that you've tried making,
Mm.
be how you come to what your individual style is.
Yeah, just to try
um
around and find your style. I think what don't like about short edits and most likely is it sounds like some people set up rules for what that edit should look like. Like they have these
mhm,
steady styles or candy styles where it says like, yeah, you need to do that and to that you
yeah.
have this style. Where I just think most likely think is that not wrong to say, oh yeah, you do this style and you do the style, just to not say, okay, you use this effect and make your own video
Mhm.
with that. Do you think that can be also a problem?
Oh yeah, sure. As far as I'm concerned, there really aren't any rules when
Yeah.
making these. If I know there's these certain clicks and other editing circles where they have like a certain style that they want to stick to, and if they want to stick to that style, sure. If you want
Mm,
to set your own rules, that's great. That's your own thing. It's just that I don't see it that often, but when you edit a certain type of video and you're watching somebody else's video that does like a completely different style and you're like, oh, if you should have done this to make it look like this, but you're just like, no, they're doing something completely
Yeah.
different. And so I don't know, like it's just natural to make your own rules for editing. Like, well, I guess like some of like the more basic rules, like don't have credits or subtitles in your
Yeah.
edit. Like those are good examples to have. Like I've seen very new editors like do these faux pas where they have the credits in there, or they'll have the subtitles or like a watermark from something, and it's not really like big criticism, but like I would tell them like, hey, you know what, this is generally not some, like if you wanted to enter this into like a contest, like that might be a disqualifier.
And also, it looks most likely better without because it's not distracting, in my
Yes,
opinion. Just
it is
if you
exactly,
have
yeah.
some watermarks, also if it's just your own watermarks, it's just most likely I see it. I see it all the time at the position, and it's like
Mhm.
there is something that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, and that's the main reason why things become standards and rules,
Yeah,
because people just don't like looking at it, and also that it's something that's easily
yeah.
fixable. Like if you don't want to have the credits, like use the non-credit opening if you can find it.
That can be a bit more harder.
It can be, yeah, but it's not impossible.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's really not like big criticism. It's something that I'll see new editors doing, and I don't bring like a big point to it. I'm not sure if you know this, but like most editors try not to have too much like credits or text in the videos. It just looks more professional. I don't know.
mm.
Maybe professional is not the word to use, but it just looks better. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts about getting a job as an editor? Is that something you would think about, or is that something
I have considered that,
really
yes.
okay? But
Well, it will can not seriously considered, but it's like the thought has entered my head, like, "Oh, what if I
mm,
did video editing as a job?" And, I don't know, like, I'm still pretty new at it. I don't know. I could see myself doing it, but I would be afraid it would make me hate editing, and I would just stop making AMVs altogether.
yeah,
So
no,
that would not be a good thing.
yeah, it's just because Jesuits and Video Beats are professional editors.
Mhm,
And
right.
so I was asking like the personal life editing and the job editing, how do they separate it? And because
Yeah.
I started with studying media technology to get into editing more likely, but it was at the
Mhm.
point where when I realized I don't want to edit at home, then again on AMVs. So it would be interesting to also hear what other people's thoughts about it. And if you are more likely
Yeah.
also at the point where I say, okay, I have the fear to do that, that's interesting too. And just to hear how people are willing. I think I could do that
Mhm.
as a job, but I'm more afraid that I lose my passion to edit.
Yeah.
Also because I jumped back into editing just last year,
Yeah.
so it's more likely I have the fear that I lose it again, the spirit to try to edit something.
Yeah, and again, like, this is I like doing this just because it's fun. Like, it's not something I'm doing to make money or to get, like, a bunch of likes or anything. No, I just do this because I enjoy doing
Yeah.
it. Now that being said, I actually have done paid editing jobs before, but they were these small, like, my cousin, the one who I was telling you
Mm.
about earlier, who
Made a computer for you.
helped me get my PC. Yeah, he briefly did a let's play with his friend on his YouTube
Uh,
channel, and he asked me, he's like, "Hey, I'm getting tired of editing these let's play videos. Would you, like, if I paid you, would you want to try editing these?" And I was like, "Sure." So it was something different.
mm.
He would send me all the raw footage, like, the game capture, the sound capture. They had face cam and everything. And I did like maybe four of those, and then they kind of just stopped because like nobody was watching the
Yeah,
videos.
well, that happens
Um,
sadly.
I think that's why they stopped. But no, it was different.
Mm,
I learned some things doing it. Especially, I learned some new things about using Premiere because doing that kind of editing is a lot different than making AMVs. I think I've told you about this, but last year I was commissioned to make an AMV for somebody's song.
yeah.
That was a very interesting experience. And it was an overall positive experience. I might have just gotten lucky in that I was dealing with a musician that wasn't very demanding and it was very understanding of what I was doing. But I'm not sure if it's something I'd ever do again. But yeah, it was a really good learning experience. Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and the video hasn't been put out yet. I think he's still waiting on like the master audio or something because I don't think the album that the song is on has really been released yet. So I'm just waiting on him to get that, and then I guess he'll upload to his channel. I'm really not sure like how where that video is going to be uploaded, but if it does, I'll definitely share it.
Okay. And what do you think about the future of AMVs and yourself? Like, where do you see yourself in like 5 or 10 years in this community?
Myself, hopefully, I'm still making these.
Mm,
I have, like I said,
lots of ideas.
I have dozens of video ideas that I just want to make, and 5 years from now, I hope to be a lot more skilled in using Premiere or maybe even some
Mm,
other software to make. Because like I have these video ideas, I'm just like, man, I don't think I even have the skills yet to make this. So I see myself being just, have learned more skills, made more unique videos. As far as like the whole AMV community, I don't know. I don't know. As long as it's still a good place to
mm.
be creative, I know that's really all I could ask for.
Yeah, because some people have the thoughts like, okay, this AMV style we use will be dying out more likely. And
Mhm.
I think, as what I saw in the past, like on the sashimi Discord, there are always some new people coming in. You're also some new
Yeah.
person in this community. So to say, yes, we get always some people in this community, and well, some people stay for a long time and still do videos. So I'm more likely, yeah, it will not dying out, but it may be getting less, but hopefully not.
Yeah, as long as it's still there and it's still a place where people can make videos that they want, and there's not like a whole bunch of rules and guidelines they have to follow to make a certain kind of video,
Yeah,
that's really all I'm looking for.
great. What are your thoughts about how people in the communities are so split up? We have so many small communities, and very often it's like a beef between communities. We have like oh yeah, that's Studio X, oh yeah, they're so bad, and oh
Mhm.
Studio Y, they're the best. Oh, you can't approach them, you can't talk to with them. There's a split between the community that exists. It's very sad to see that, and
Well, I guess that's really with any kind of community, any kind of artistic community. You're always going to have your factions and your splits and your cliques. That's just natural for that to. I guess I don't see it all that much, but yeah, I've seen studios like diss other studios and people from their studios, and I guess there is something good to having like that.
competition.
um yeah, they're having rivalries and competition with other studios. That can be healthy to a point.
Yeah, if it's like these funny pokes, which I like, oh yeah, come on guys, yeah, you are nothing against us.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
this funny beef, I would call it.
Yeah, so as long as we're respectful to each other,
Yeah.
that's the big thing there. Like currently, like I'm not in any kind of studio.
Mm.
Well, I guess doing that MEP, that kind of became a studio, but it's not like a really exclusive
Mm.
studio. I have been approached to join studios, like other people's studios, and it seemed like it was kind of an exclusive thing where your videos are like made for that studio, and that's
Okay.
I don't know. That's not something that I'm looking for. If I was to join an editing studio, like I would have to be a fan of every other editor that's in that studio, or else I wouldn't be interested in it. Right now, I'm just focusing on making my thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like for me, I was never a person who understood all these studio things. Like I know some people they are in a studio just because they are friends and want to do work
Hmm.
together more likely. And then there are some other studios which are more likely. Okay, we want to stand as a community and want to be in competitions and just show
Hmm.
we are a group of people and others. It's
Yeah.
very different how people approached it, and yeah, people liked it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good things that come from studios. Like just yesterday, CFS
Mm-hmm.
Studio. Yeah, Days is in there, and Queenie and Neko Kit Kat's in there. They just put out this manga music video MVP that looked amazing,
Yeah.
and it's just like all people in that studio. I was like, geez, yeah, like good things can come from being in a group.
Yeah, and some studios are also trying to create some contests and want to also spread more love and be more involved with others. Just like some people
Hmm.
are more likely saying, "Yeah, Source Team, I see Iron Chefs are more like biased because they're more likely like the stuff from the studio people." But I think it's also something. Yeah, it's just put out a contest that other people enjoy and spread out more AMVs and think about AMVs.
Hmm.
So I think it's from studios there can be so much good thing also for the community and for spreading all the ideas of AMVs to maybe grow the things and we get more and more good videos out.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having a studio of editors who like to do like a certain thing, like doing ICs or just making videos for contests. Like if that's what you like to do, then
Yeah.
yeah, just find a group of people that like the same thing, make a studio. Yeah, that's and for me, if I was in a studio, like I guess like it would just be creativity focused and self-expression focused and just making unique videos. Like that's the kind of studio I would want to be
Yeah.
in. And,
If I'm never the person who was interested in studios because I'm a person who was always wandering around and want to be in contact with everyone and want not just to be in a studio and be like, yeah, I'm sharing my work and my betas with just the people. I wanted to always be a free
Mhm.
person more likely. So but
Yeah.
I think that's also a good thing why people should just join some discords, some other peoples and interact with them to get more out of it because I think
Hmm.
this community has helped so many people over the time. And as you said, you got also help from all the other people. And that's the thing
Yeah.
I always want to say to all the people out there, just get in contact with all the other editors. Just get in contact with how many people you can and talk about stuff we love about editing and
Hmm.
maybe find something new and something helpful and have a nice time together.
Yeah, it's all about fun, pretty much.
And so I think we come to an end here. Thank you very much to being
Okay.
my guest today. It was a pleasure to talk with you
Thank
about
you.
this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking forward for the next videos, also for the rice one you talked about, and maybe a product out of the rice video. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck with all the rest of your podcast. I hope this becomes a big thing for you. I think this is a really great idea. I don't know if there's ever been an AMV podcast, but I think there really should be one.
Yeah,
So
there
yeah,
are some out there. But also I don't
yeah.
want to forget it. Do you want to say something, make a shout out or something like that? Do you have something to say?
Shout out to everybody in the AMV Discord server. I love every one of you. I want to thank you for creating a supportive community. Shout out to Vars SQ. He's the one who pretty much started the whole thing. Also, shout out to my cousin John and my cousin Keith. Would not be here right now. I would not have a PC. So
Yeah, thanks to Sam also from me. Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
Yeah, Keith and John, if you're listening to this, I owe you big time.
We all own them much because without them we wouldn't have you and your great videos.
Thank you.
So okay, so thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And I hope all the listeners out there had some entertaining and informative time with our podcast today and will coming back for the next episode. So, see ya.